What's good, y'all? It's your boy J.Brock. It's Clapitup LA. I'm right here with Emanuel, Ricci,
yes,
the owner, the owner, designer, creator of MUSOKUSO. And his motto is La Música y la Moda. That's music and fashion for y'all who may not know.
Sir.
Now, he is a designer of clothes and an all-around creator, y'all. We got some good game to chop today, man. How you doing today, bro?
Everything good, bro.
It's good to be sitting with you, bro.
Thanks.
It's a real blessing, man.
I'm glad to be here.
Man, I've been so excited and pumped for this interview. You don't know. I started
Same.
doing my homework as soon as we said we was gonna do it. I swear to you.
You did. You did.
Now, from you being out here, I want to ask you, what are the differences in the way of life that you see? Because you come from Belgium. You know what I'm saying? What is the differences in the way of life that you see out here in the U.S. compared to where you come from?
I think 70% of it, it's like different. Like it's very different. Living in America and living in Belgium or in France or in Europe is very different. The lifestyle is different. The surroundings, like here, there's way more people, you know. So there's way more events. There's way more concerts, you know. So we could say that the culture is way more vibrant, but also it's from here, so it's normal, you know.
Right.
I'm not saying that Europe is not lit. Europe is lit, you know. People out there give mad love to the culture, but it's very different. The lifestyle is different. I love both. But I'm really starting to get used to my American life, and I'm looking forward to see what's next. You know, because America's a country where if you're ambitious and if you really strive for success, you'll get it.
Right, exactly.
You know, this is what my whole thing is about. You know, my whole lifestyle and my whole brand. You know, it's about ambition and dreams and success.
Oh yeah, we gotta get into that. We gotta get into that ambition. We're gonna get straight into that, y'all. Y'all stay over that now. You were born in Italy.
Yep.
You began rapping at around 14 years old.
I didn't start rapping. I just done one song when I was a kid.
Yeah.
As I think a lot of people I love music. I love rap music, hip hop, and I tried out music for a little while when I was a kid. I was 13 or 14, but I understood quickly that I was made for that environment, but not in the front scene. You know, with the years coming, I slowly became somebody who links people together or who plugs people together, you know, and the fact that I've accomplished certain things and made certain contacts out here gives me leverage to build things in Europe, you know, or to connect people out here with people in Europe, you know. So I've done that often. I've connected a lot of people here in America too. So I have that ability of you know, bringing people together.
Yeah.
For
now, how
business.
does it feel to be able to bring some people together and actually watch it work?
It feels beautiful. It feels beautiful. You feel like an architect, you know, because you see it first. There's nothing. For example, I've linked one of my boys who's a producer. He's called ICAZ. Okay. And he was in the studio. Yeah, shout out to ICAZ. He was in the studio with Prinsley, another one of my boys. They're the top producers in Europe. Okay. And I told them that that I had a little Got It feature. So they're like, okay, ICAZ wanted to do a song, and then he asked me for Lil Keed. So I called Lil Keed and I told him, and he was down, and then we put my artist Valley on the track with ICAZ. So he flew out here, and in a matter of a couple of weeks, we shot the music video here in LA, and now he's gonna release it for his first or second single for his album. So that's one of the latest projects I've been part of. You know, so I just don't do fashion. I do a lot of things in music too. Right. That's why the concept around this is La Música y la Moda, because I started doing fashion because of music.
Right. Right.
You know,
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And now your love for music began with your pops, who
Yeah.
was a reggae fan, and his sister, Angela Ricci, who actually did her own version of Gnarls Barkley Crazy. And man, she got 12 million views on that, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. What about Hamza and
Lion.
Lion?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how far back do you guys go with working together and putting
Like
music
those were the
together?
two first artists I actually worked with. That's when I actually understood that I could be like an A&R or art director, or you know, and yeah, those were the two main guys I started working with, because they were in Belgium, living in Belgium and making fire music, you know. So like yeah, that's
Okay.
where I understood that.
Okay, and I feel that now when you come out to Ireland, you know, 16 years old, you finish your secondary school, you're working at a 3D company in London, and now this is a city that people say pushes the creativity of the people. So for the first time, you're in rooms with creators, you know what I'm saying, musicians, people who are really creating in this world, and then at the same time, you go to your cousin's print shop.
Yeah.
And you're able to create more. So what is it like at that point in time in your life, and what are you thinking about creating as you go day to day, spending time with these people?
Okay, so basically I was in London, I was working, and I wasn't satisfied of like just working. So
Fine.
I wanted to do something more, and my cousin had a print shop, like in the center of London. I don't remember where exactly. So I used to go there every day, and I made like a couple of prototypes. And I remember well, I need to find this picture of this product. One of the first hoodie was like a black crew neck with written front, back, and on the sleeves a lot of like phrases and sentences that I liked. It looked like something like on some Chrome Hearts shit, because it was like the font was like on some Gothic font, big Gothic, white on black.
And that's what you created.
That was one of the first products, and like in the sentences were crazy. They were in French, I remember. So I was walking around it in London, and it was that time where like A$AP Rocky was popping, like black jeans, white Air Forces, you know. It was that black and white phase where like fashion just started to merge with hip hop. You know, it was the beginning of the new generation that gave birth to a lot of movements that today we have. So yeah, it was pretty amazing, and I started making one or two prototypes. I was like, I love this. I love doing this, and I started making started buying like T-shirts and like buying fabric and like like doing pockets, or like I was just like making custom things, you know. Like I wasn't yet in the cut and saw process that I am today. But yeah, it felt amazing creating, you know, and being able to create and give the products out to artists. That's really how it started for me, you know, and yeah, that's it.
Now, in order for you to learn how to sew, because you know how to do this stuff, MUSOKUSO, you guys make everything from scratch. How long did it take you to really master that craft?
Okay, I don't personally sew.
Okay.
I'm a, let's say, a new age designer. So basically, I'm gonna have an idea. Okay, I'm gonna design it. I'm gonna design it with my design team. I'm gonna make, for example, a Photoshop or Illustrator design. Then I'm gonna create a tech pack for it. And then
what is a tech pack?
A tech pack is like basically the way of like creating a product. Okay, so each product that go through a cut and saw process have to be explained from A to Z how they're created, and you know, or what color, what accessory, what, you know, like each detail, you know, like from this to the buckle, like everything is calculated. It's not just like that. It just doesn't happen. Like the manufacturing companies that you work with just don't make their own decision. You got to tell them what they have to make. Okay. So that's a process that I actually learned on my own, because I never went to school for fashion. You know, so I learned everything on my own, and working with like other people who knew better than me, you know. And I learned, and I've been to a lot of manufacturing companies all over the world, literally all over the world, and yeah, so that's it. Yeah.
So when you go around these manufacturers throughout the world, what are some of the bits and pieces that you were able to, like, what are some of the things you said, okay, I gotta remember this, I gotta remember that? What are some key points that you would make sure you take out of every experience?
For example, like when you're in this business, you know that like the manufacturers in China are better at certain products. The manufacturers, you know that the cotton is very good in Portugal. You know that the cotton here in America is good, but it's more like you know, Americans like hoodies that are like thick, but like that feel like strong, like the LA apparel hoodies, you know, like the Yeezy, Kanye hoodies, you know? And where else in Europe, they like kind of like the off-white hoodies, like soft, you know, oversized too, you know? So that's it, like with time, you just know like where to make a product better. Like I know that I would never make a bag here in the States, because I know China is way better for that.
Okay.
You know,
so you would actually have to travel to China, get everything done out there?
Yeah, you can travel, or today there's internet. You know, you could just like contact manufacturers. There's manufacturers all over Google, you know, and you could just find your plug and start working, you know, like a lot of brands are born and start like that, you know. It's not difficult to do it, you know. Yeah.
Now at 17 years old, we got matching tattoos. This was not done on purpose, y'all, but this is the ambition tattoo here, and then he got the ambition tattoo. Man, look at that sleeve right there, man. You see it. You see that font right there. That's a whole different situation. Now I got this tattoo listening to the song by Wale, Ambition. Now, what's the reasoning and how significant is this ambition word to you today?
Well, for me, it's big, bro. I come from a country where, like, I'm Italian and black, so like. And I come from Belgium, you know, so already in Belgium, it's a white country, you know, so like you're already black, okay? It's not that easy, okay? Now, being in that situation, you making it from out of there and making it all the way to the States and working with major artists and being able to do major collabs and et cetera, it's rare.
Okay.
And it's rare, and you gotta be like ambitious for that. You know, you really gotta be ambitious. When I tattooed this, I didn't know where I was going or what I was really gonna do with it, to be honest. Okay. I just know that I had a lot of hunger. You know, I was like ready for any type of situation and ready to work. And that's what I done, and that's what brought me here, to be honest, you know? And I'm still ambitious as the first day, maybe even more, because I'm nearly there, you know. I'm nearly like where I really want to be, you know, with this brand and with this journey. Now, as a black man, do you face some of the obstacles you know we face out here in America? What are some of the things that black people may face out there that you feel can disadvantage you guys? I think that it's harder for black people in Europe than black people here.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because, I don't know, like in Europe, you don't even see black people on TV, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
like
deep.
In London, in the UK, you do.
Yeah.
Okay? But in some countries, you don't. Like in Italy, you'll turn on the TV, you'll see maybe one black person the whole day, and you could look at the channels.
That's different, y'all.
I promise you, you know,
crazy.
I'm from here.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not really like that, but it's just like the culture is different, you know. Like the new generation is really like democratic, you know, they're cool about everything, but some things are still new in Europe. You know what I mean? Like in like for example here, when you like when there's parties, it's always a hip hop party, right?
Right.
Well, in Europe, no, there's like those type of parties and those there's like different type of cultures, you know. In Belgium, in Europe, you don't see a lot of like black successful people, or if they are, they're like footballers, you know what I mean, or like a rare guy who like became a lawyer. There's not a lot of like black hustlers, you know what I mean, or black moguls. This is why growing up, I never looked up to anybody. In Europe, my moguls were all American, you know what I mean? Same thing for the kids in Africa, or like, you know what I mean? Because we look up to like P. Diddy, we look up to Jay-Z, we look up to Virgil, you know what I mean? And because they're black just like us, we don't care if they're American or not. Like Virgil is Ghanaian, you know, and that's it basically, you know.
That's crazy that that you say that y'all have to look at a whole different country for y'all inspiration.
Yeah.
That's so crazy to me. But the fact that you're able, how did you even get access to even see everybody in America in that way, to be able to find the people that you found inspirational?
Well, basically my strategy at the start was, every time an artist used to hit my city, Brussels, I used to go to the concert, to the show, to the after party, if I couldn't go to the concert, and I'll bring him clothes. So like I done it probably like 100 times.
Different type of hustle.
Yeah. And I done it so many times.
Yeah.
And that's how I met a lot of people. That's how I met a lot of people and big names. You know, that's how I met Post Malone, Cardi, Thug, and just like, oh, you're in Belgium? Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull up with clothes. Oh yeah. And I was helping them with any type of stuff. If they needed like weed, or if they needed clothes, or if they needed like any type of stuff, I was there to help, you know. So I became like genuine around many different type of teams that are in the game, you know. Like I brought a couple of times like weed for Future in Paris, for example, and you know, so I got close to them, and then I got close to always helping, you know, and not asking for nothing, or like, you know, always been in my corner. I'm not somebody who speaks a lot, or who like, I'm not loud in the room, you know. And that's what I think what they appreciate about me. And yeah, just work hard. I came out here to establish my vision and my brand.
That's right.
And people really respect it and love it out here. This is what, you know, I love about it.
Do you feel like you, as far as with your brand, do you feel like you have more trouble out there than out here as far as
Here's
love
easier.
and support?
Here's easier.
Okay.
Here's easier, because out there, until like big names weren't wearing my clothes in Belgium, people wasn't really like fucking with me. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, it's cool, but it wasn't like, you know, as soon as they seen like Thug wearing it, or Post Malone wearing it, or Cardi, or whoever wore it, they were like, yo, he's starting really like to move. And then boom, I done my first trip to the States, and my second, my third, and now I live here.
Right. Now people are like, oh man, he's really doing big things all of a sudden. But you've been doing the same thing this whole time.
Yes.
Now, when you out there putting in the groundwork, building your foundation, standing outside of concerts, clubs, every chance you got, did you ever think that it wouldn't work in those type of times?
Yeah, no, I did. But I was like, I didn't care, bro.
Okay.
Like I was just like focused. A lot of people around me were like, yo, what are you doing? Sometimes I was going to clubs and people were like looking at me on some weird shit because I had a box with me. You know what I mean? I had a box with me. And they're like, in Belgium, bro, it's like people are not used to it. They're not used to it. They weren't used to it. Like the club owners used to hate me, bro, because I always try to get in the backstage, the VIP, I swear.
So you went through a lot of scrutiny.
Oh yeah. Even like the bouncers, even like this, like this, I got a headbutt like from a bouncer in Belgium. It was like 6 foot something, bro, like fights and a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I was always there. And even like how I met Post Malone, he was going through the backstage. I see him like in the backstage, and the door was kind of open, but you couldn't get through the door, obviously. Yeah. I just shouted, yo, what's up? You know, and he turned around and he done like, yo, come. And the whole bouncers were there, and they let me through.
Wait, he didn't know you from the can of paint. He just told you, come on.
Yeah.
That's
I told him, what's up, baby?
Oh.
And he turned around, he's like, what? Who is this? You know what I mean? He's like, this nigga must be American or something, you know? And he turned around, he's like, yo, pull up. And we got drunk the whole night. I got videos, this was like a couple years ago. And I seen him after, and I always give him clothes, always, you know? And I don't I don't really know him like crazy, but every time he see me, he recognized me. He knows that I'm Muso, and that night was kind of crazy. That's when I started understanding how the artists were and how the game was, it was fire, bro. I had a lot of experience like that.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, you kept going until it finally popped. Yeah. And the cool part about it, you never know when it's gonna happen.
No, you don't.
But it'll happen.
It will.
You stay persistent.
It's just like planting seeds and making connections and yeah, it's, you never know when it's gonna pop, you know, and it hasn't popped for me yet. A lot of people told me, yo, you're there. No, I'm not there yet, because like my dream, my Muso is not there yet, you know. But we're going there. Like,
well, you're
getting there.
Yeah, you're making major connections now. We got to. This guy's a risk taker here, because he got Young Thug's number off of Snapchat, and you FaceTimed him. So when you got that number off of Snapchat, this is around 2014. You get that number. Were you nervous about FaceTiming him?
Basically, what happened was, like, he was in town for a concert.
Yeah.
It was his first time overseas.
Yeah.
His first concert overseas.
Yeah.
And in Belgium. The first date was Belgium. It was a Slime Season tour, the first one.
Okay.
Okay. So I was like, yo, I gotta go. And I think the show was like sold out.
Oh,
so I was
man,
like,
I bet.
damn, how am I gonna get in? You know, so I was just on Snapchat. And I don't really remember what happened, but this guy was with Thug, and he took a picture of his phone number, or he was with somebody that knew Thug and took a picture of the phone number, and I just wrote it down like on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It was like in the morning, but it was the stories of the night before.
Okay.
I was just on Snapchat, like
just scrolling
watching
through
stories, you know, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? And I see like he sees Thug, like I think Thug gave him his number, and then he's like screenshotting it, and he puts it on his story. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I write it down, and I FaceTime him, and like when I FaceTime him, like I couldn't see him, I could just see like the ceiling, you know, and I'm like, yo, my name is Emanuel Ricci. I got clothes, like I want to give you clothes.
So he didn't answer, he just like clicked.
He answered, but he was hearing, and he said, yo, send me the clothes, like text me the clothes, like text me the pictures. So I text him the clothes, and he likes certain stuff, and I think he told me just bring me everything, you know. So I got all the clothes ready.
But you know how rare that is?
Yeah, like at that time he was big, but he was like just blowing up. He was, I'm talking about like late 2014, start of 2015.
Right, yeah.
Like I think it was the summer of 2015, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, basically he sent me the address of the hotel. I pulled up, I gave him the clothes. Then I stayed the whole day with him. He brought me to the club, everything. And it was fire. And every time he was coming back to Europe or to Belgium, to Paris, or any type of showcases, I used to pull up.
Right, and and this was in the Mason Ricci days.
Yeah, Maison Ricci, yeah.
Maison Ricci. Let me get this right, my bad. Now, with that brand, you faced some troubles, okay? And when you faced those troubles, you initially were upset because you really liked that name and you had a whole concept for this.
Exactly.
So how long did it take you to really just get over that and say, okay, you know what, we just gonna start this from scratch again?
I think it took me like 60 days.
Okay.
It was in the summertime too.
Yeah.
Like, so basically Nina Ricci legally tried to attack me. They sent me a cease and desist. So I couldn't, like, they told me like, if you continue working under your Ricci name, we're gonna sue you. So I was like, shit, okay, I need to stop this brand. And I just stopped it. I didn't even think of doing a new brand. I just stopped it, and then like I was just going through things and stuff, and I was like, nah, I think I need to do a new brand. Okay. You know, and that's why I came up with such a like an exotic or different name, such as MUSOKUSO. Cause I was like, if I do a new brand, I gotta invent it.
Yeah,
from the scratch, like the name, everything. So nobody will tell me, yo, that's mine. No, I invented it. Right. Literally, I took a Asian word and I took an Italian word and I put it together, and it means dreams and vision. Muso means dreams and vision in Japanese, and MUSOKUSO in Italian means mouth shut or mouth sealed. Why? Because coming from where I come from, I always used to tell people, yo, I'm about to meet Thug, we're gonna do this, yo, and nobody used to believe me, and they a lot of talk down on a lot of time. I used to tell people my plans, and my plans weren't even happening. All of a sudden, I have to meet somebody, I have to do something. I tell a couple of people, boom, it doesn't work. I'm like, what? And they're like, what happened? You know, I was so genuine. I was like sharing my success with certain people around me, and since I was one of the only ones doing that, like some people weren't happy about it. So I was like, this time, if I do a brand, I'm shutting my mouth. I'm just going straight to the goal, working and finding what I need to have to build this brand, you know? And that's what I done. That's why it took me less time for the second brand to get where I wanted to get. You know, the MUSOKUSO is way bigger than Ricci.
Yeah,
you know?
Facts. And see, that's another thing. I'm glad you learned that valuable lesson, because a lot of people tell you, a lot of people gonna tell you what you can't do if they ain't never been there. You know what I'm saying? So you had to go through that and understand, because I went through the same thing where I'm excited about one thing one moment and I'm telling everybody I'm gonna do this, and then I don't do it. It don't go as planned, and it's like, oh well, you just talk. That's all you do. So when you make it through those moments, were you ever hurt by people coming back at you about, well, that didn't work out for you, so whatever?
Yeah, no, a lot of times. A lot of times, bro. In Belgium, a lot of times it happened to me where it was like I was upset. I didn't feel like I belonged there, to be honest, you know, and people know that out there. Like I'm an alien in Belgium. You know, like nobody does what I do in Belgium, and rare people do what I do in Europe. You know what I like, you know what I mean? So, and I'm conscious of that, and the people who really know what I do are conscious of that. You know, and yeah, now just, you know, like I've shared a lot of my strength. I give a lot of, I helped a lot of people, and you know, and now I'm just focusing on my brand. To be honest, you know, I'm just doing me, you know, and doing Muso.
Now, do you credit the fact that you took the risk of traveling around the world to make this brand something? Do you credit that to being the reason why you stand out differently than anybody else that's doing the same
that's
thing?
part of the journey, definitely, because MUSOKUSO is like 3 or 4, and I've already like been twice to Tokyo. I already came like 6 or 7 times to the States, and now I live here. I've been to I stayed in Atlanta for like nearly like a year, like 9 to 10 months. I've been Young Thug's assistant. I've done a lot of things, like so like I know my way out, and definitely the fact that MUSOKUSO is small, or you know, not so small anymore, but it's definitely international.
I don't know if you give yourself enough credit.
Yeah.
I think that your brand is far bigger than what you think in your mind. It's okay, because that's what keeps you hungry.
Definitely.
But I believe that your brand is bigger than what you imagine.
I think
how many people can say that they got Gunna, Young Thug, I mean, just the Smoke Perp. I mean, how many people can say, well, they got pictures in my stuff? How many people can have a conversation with them to even have them take a picture? I can't.
For me,
I mean, one day I will.
The thing is, like, you know, like I have a relationship with people who don't even wear my clothes, or who haven't yet wear my clothes, who have worn my clothes and not having pictures in them, like Chris Brown or Metro. I have, like, for me, the relationships are bigger. You know, like I really like nourish my relationship and make sure that every time, like I'm positive, and I bring a real energy and something new to the table. You know, that's what I think Muso is. Muso, like, brings something new to the table.
Well, yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. And like you said, when you created the brand, you wanted to stand out from anything else. Now, you were a talent scout in music. Your thing is music and fashion. Being a talent scout, what are some of the things that you have to do in order to be successful as a talent scout?
Well, yeah, I'm not like officially a talent scout. I've just like helped a lot of people like get deals, or like I was telling you, like I just link people, like, cause I know certain people, and I'm also like really, like I'm really outside. So like I'm in studios. I'm like in Atlanta. I know all the artists, like all of them, like all the like small or big artists, cause I was just running around studios. Like I've been to so many studios. This is why it's really music. Like this brand is about music, cause. And I be hearing like unsigned artists every day, and like fire talent that I've like just linked, and then they sign deals, and you know, so that's really what I do. And yeah, so yeah, you could say talent scout, but I don't really like.
Yeah, well, that's not official.
It's not really official. I just connect people. And I do that just because I like what I do. You know, sometimes yes, it's business, so I make money off it, but I really do it for the love, because like my thing is designing and fashion. But tomorrow, why not? I might have a position as an A&R, or as a you know, because that's what I really do. I love like connecting people to make nice. I connected Low Key and Cash Money AP. They made like a couple of tracks, and they're all hits, like real hits. You know,
and that's beautiful for you to have taken part in that. Now, you gifted Young Thug a picture.
Not a picture.
The painting.
Yeah.
Ooh,
the big difference.
Picture. Oh.
Yeah.
Now, you gifted Young Thug a painting. And this was supposed to actually be the cover for Slime Season 2. but you came up with a great concept. Now, when you came up with this concept, talk to me about where the thought process even came from, because you got, I mean, a lot of great artists on that concept. So where did you even think about this, and why did you have to?
I just wanted to make a big gift to Thug. I wanted to make a gift that he will never forget. You know, and I thought about it for a long time. He be getting like he be getting cars, jewelry. And I was like, what can I make or create that he will never forget and that nobody will forget, you know? So I was just like, I like art, you know? So I was just looking at a lot of paintings, and I like the Renaissance style. I like the, you know, the Barocco style. It's like Italian art, you know, and I like that, like what French people done with Renaissance. So I was just looking at those type of paintings, and I stumbled upon a painting of like Napoleon going to war in Egypt with the pyramids behind. I was like, no, this is it. This is a painting. Like, you know, Napoleon is Young Thug, and then like all the people around him are the people that are around him, you know, like physically today. And I added Nipsey Hussle because like because he passed like couple months prior to that, and yeah, when he seen the painting, he was happy, and he loved it, and he put it up like where everybody can see it. So as soon as you go see him, or you know him, or you go see Thug, or you see the painting, it's there, and it's a beautiful art of peace, and I think it's timeless. You know, it's
that's true. It is.
It's in the studio.
Okay.
So like it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love the painting. I love every time I see it. I'm amazed, and it took us like 400 to 500 hours to paint it.
That's a long time. 400 to 500 hours is a lot.
Yeah. Shout out to Edo Paints, by the way. The guy who painted it. It took him a lot of time, and the whole thing is a beautiful concept.
So we got to get into the languages, because you speak so many different languages. You've lived in Rome, Paris, Ireland, Switzerland, and you speak a plethora of languages. How long did it take you to learn these languages? And your first, the language you first spoke, was it English?
To be honest, bro, I don't even know, because I was born in Rome, and when I was 3, I moved to Belgium. Okay. So I was speaking already Italian and French, and then I went to American school, so I brought up like the English. So I was 5 or 6, I was speaking the 3 languages already.
3 languages all.
Yeah, and that's the best thing, because when you learn languages when you're a kid, you'll never forget them. You know, and that's it. You know, and then like knowing Italian, like I picked up Spanish, going like to Spain a lot, or you know, so I understand everything. I speak a little bit of it, like.
So you just learned on the go?
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't necessarily go to school or anything like that for it?
No.
Because I went to Spanish class and I didn't learn too much there, so you know what I'm saying? But do you feel like that has worked to your advantage as far as traveling worldwide and being able to build the brand? People
are amazed when they get to know the fact that I speak other languages, or the fact that I speak them well. Like I speak English well, and I speak the same way in French or in Italian, and it's definitely a blessing. Because where I see myself tomorrow is like I really want to make like Fashion Week. I really want MUSOKUSO to be at Fashion Week in Paris or in Italy, and I think I'll be able to handle things better because I'm really from there. Like I really lived in Paris, and I really speak French, and I'm really from Italy, and I speak Italian. So I can't wait to take this brand to the next level where I'll be able to have my own shows and stuff like that overseas.
Well, speaking of that, you actually had your own Fuck Fashion Week show.
Yeah.
In Paris.
It's not really a show, it was a party.
Okay.
So me and my boys from Paris during Fashion Week, we threw a MUSOKUSO party, and we throw events for Fashion Week. This is like Fuck Fashion Week. It's a concept that we've created with like Yoni from like Marché Noir and Plus RC, and Loic and Marvin. They're twins, they're from Paris. So it's like we used to throw parties for Fashion Week, but with like major artists like Rocky, Rich the Kid, Cardi, and that time we done one for MUSOKUSO, and it was pretty fire. ASAP Barry was there, Skepta was there, ASAP Ferg. It was lit, and it was one of the last Fashion Weeks before Corona.
Oh man, so y'all hit it. Now, what was the process like in planning this Fashion Week party? Because I could imagine it was teeth, nails, and I mean, you know, it got kind of rough.
I forgot it was hosted by my boy 40 Ounce Fan.
Okay.
From New York. So it was lit, bro. That party was very lit, and it took us, well, my people already like organized events in Paris, so we just had to find the club. It was a club like next to the Champs-Élysées. The Champs-Élysées is the main avenue in Paris where there's like Dior, Louis Vuitton. It's like the main, you know. At the end of that avenue, there's l'Arc de Triomphe. It's that big thing that Virgil like he just like put white all over it for the Louis Vuitton show, I think, or something like that. So it's a big street, and the party was on a street next to it, basically.
So it's kind of like Rodeo, like where all those high-end stores are over there.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that now. Yeah.
So just we found the spot. We booked the artists because my artist Bally came from Atlanta. He performed. Then we had some DJ sets from Europe, and then I had my boy 40 hosted. And so yeah, it was a really like international thing. Yeah, it was fire.
Yeah, that had to be big. I mean, shit, you got everybody coming from all over the world to actually have the support of people all around the world. You know, you speak a lot about being on your own with this, taking that risk. You know what I'm saying? Just going off a leap of faith.
Yeah.
When you look back at your journey and you sitting here now, you know what I'm saying? How proud of you are of yourself for the risks you have taken?
I'm proud, bro, because like I'm thinking about it right now. I'm proud because like all these flights, I took them on my own. Like all of these flights, like my passport has stamps, and I took them all on my own because I didn't have like the chance or like enough money to bring my whole team with me. You know, flying 5 people, 6 people to Tokyo cost a lot of money. Like, you know, so. And at the time, the brand I had, like for the pop-ups I was doing, they wasn't even allowing us to bring a lot of people. They're like, okay, we could book you could come, we'll get your flight, your hotel, and you know, so it was already a blessing doing a pop-up in Tokyo.
Yeah, facts.
You know, for a brand like us. So yeah, all these flights and all these going back and forth, and I took I think like 17 flights to Turkey. I took like so many flights for production, so many flights for like after promoting the product and like now I'm living here, but I've been here so many times back and forth, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel that now too. A lot of us don't make it outside our city. So for you to be able to do that, bro, I commend you for that. You know what I'm saying? That's big stuff. Now, we're going to call this Comeback Game Strong. 2017, we saw the complete launch of MUSOKUSO.
Yeah.
Now, this is after the legal situations, you figuring out what's going on. Now, you go on, as you said, music is what inspires the style of clothing that you create. Now, you collab with Bertrand Guillet. I hope I said his name right.
Bertrand Julie also.
See, how you say it again?
Bertrand Julie also. Yeah.
Okay, so y'all collab.
Yeah.
And y'all launch out in Turkey for the first collab. And so when you out in Europe, you felt that something was missing.
Yeah.
You spend that 1 week in what was it? Japan. Okay, and then you came to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay. And
so I came to Atlanta first, and then I went to Japan. But basically, it's just like. So I launched my first collection with my new brand, and it was a new brand. So it didn't even make like a lot of sales, or it was just new, and the prices were high, and it was a whole new thing. So like the customers that I had weren't even like aware of MUSOKUSO. So I was like, wait. So I launched before even making promotion. Okay. So I was like, no, this is not going well. So with my partner at that time, Bertrand, I was like, bro, we need to go to Atlanta. And he's like, why? And I'm like, because all my contacts are there. Thug is there, like the whole people that I met are there, live there. So he's like, okay. So I went 3 months. The plan was like going 3 months with like 300 pieces, like maybe like 150 t-shirts, 150 hoodies, you know, and like 50 jackets. And I took my stuff and I just went. That was like crazy, bro. Like nobody does that in Europe. You know, you go to Atlanta 3 months, and I used to stay in a motel. Okay. Each night I used to call. 6? Yeah, bro. Like, bro, I swear to God, it was a Motel 6.
Oh, word? Yeah,
I swear to God, it was Motel 6.
Damn. And
Motel 6 of Chambly. Yeah. Not even Atlanta, like 40 minutes, like 30 minutes from Atlanta. Damn. I remember I used to pass with Thug in the car, and I used to tell him that's where I used to live. Yeah. Like when I first got here the first time. Yeah. You know, and he was like, that's crazy. Yeah. You know?
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah. So did you kind of come with the same approach, standing in front of the concerts, clubs?
It was the same thing. Yeah. It's what got me there. Yeah. By doing all of that's what got me there. So I did the same thing. Yeah. I sing like Gunna. Already sang Gunna. Gunna wore MUSOKUSO in his music video Phase. That is, I think, the first music video on his YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's wearing MUSOKUSO. So I went there, and like I didn't have time to meet Gunna and Thug at the same time. So I met Gunna. I didn't even see Thug yet. I met Gunna. He was at A2C Festival or A3C Festival. So I went there and I was like, and I introduced myself. I already sent him clothes. He already knew who I was, and he already rocked my clothes, but we never seen each other in real life. So he's like, yo, come on stage with me. So I went on stage with him, and in the crowd, there's like maybe like 90 or 100 people, bro. There's not a lot of people in the crowd.
So this is beginning stage.
This is like he was like at his second tape, you know, or first tape. You know, so like it was Drip season 1 or 2, you know. And I was always in the studio with him, you know, always, you know. So like Thug had the big studio, and like Thug was already big, so I was like, I was with Thug too, but I was with Gunna, you know. And we were just like kicking it in the studio until one of my boys, Yoni, who owns like Marché Noir and Plus RC, he calls me. He's like, bro, I want to book Gunna for one of my pop-up stores in Tokyo.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? So you got to understand, I came to Atlanta to give clothes and to promote my brand. And this guy's calling me, telling me that he wants me to bring Gunna to Japan.
He wants you to come back over there,
I didn't go to Japan. That was my first time. And I'm gonna tell you how I met Desto, because Desto is in the middle of this story.
Okay.
Because our flight to go to Japan was from LA.
Really?
Yeah. That's how, that night I met Desto.
So you flew from Atlanta to LA?
No, I flew from Belgium to Atlanta.
Okay, Belgium to Atlanta.
In Atlanta, stayed a whole month until they booked us in Japan.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
And they booked Gunna and Hood Rich Keem through me.
Oh,
okay?
Man, yeah.
So both of them didn't have a passport. We made their passport, and we flew out. We done Atlanta, LA. We stayed 2 days in LA, and our flight like a day and a half, and our flight after was LA, Tokyo. Okay? And this was exactly the night where Thug and Future dropped Super Slimy.
Okay.
The tape. It was the same night. Okay? Because one of the YSL managers had to come with us, and he didn't come in the flight because Thug dropped the tape, so he had to stay there. Okay?
Oh wow, yeah.
So that night we was in the studio, me, Bari, Wheezy, Hood Rich Keem, Gunna, and Desto. And that's when I met Desto.
And Desto was okay.
Desto was
in the
there,
studio,
and that's when I met Desto.
Okay.
And that's when I met Wheezy, I think, and the
Wheezy
night,
out of here.
Yeah, Wheezy out of here. Yeah. And the night after, and the day after, and the day after we flew out for Japan.
So you Desto dubbed the whole situation. Okay, now when did y'all begin? Because if y'all see right here, we got this awful lot of MUSOKUSO going up right here. Awful lot of cough syrup, MUSOKUSO. If y'all ain't tapped in, y'all better tap in, man. It's the hottest thing going right now. Sir. So when did you and Desto Dub start to speak about the collab?
So basically, me and Desto Dub, we met like in 2017, and then like directly we clicked every time. So Dub used to come to Belgium, bro, with Pump. Yeah. So boom, he comes, or sometimes he's in Amsterdam. With, like me, Juice WRLD, and Desto, RIP to Juice WRLD. Yeah, RIP Juice WRLD. Like we were like chilling in Amsterdam, you know, like so every time we used to link, I come to LA, I link, and sometimes one time I was in LA and he was in Belgium, and he FaceTimed me, he was wearing my brand, and he was in a concert, and he showed me like these people wearing my brand, and we're always like connected. Every time I was here and every time he was there, we used to link, you know. And when I came back, like maybe like 6 months ago, I went to a store and I told him, bro, like let's really do this collab, you know. And I told him, let's make bags, because you don't have bags, you know. Let's try to make crazy like syrup bags, you know what I mean, where you can put your drink. And he's like, bro, let's go.
Yeah, so, facts. Yeah, and like, and y'all got something going where y'all giving out so many bags.
Yeah, each Friday we're giving like $1,000 worth of bags.
Now how many bags is that?
That's I think 5 bags. The bag is $200.
Whoa! Yeah. I didn't know that's how much this costs. Goodness gracious, man! You're not playing with these prices.
No.
Goodness gracious. Yeah. Now, cause see, Desto Dub talk about this. How he sell, cause you know he sell this stuff at a pretty expensive price. Yeah. Do you face any type of flack because you sell your stuff for so high? And what do people not understand about why you sell it so high?
Well, people don't understand that like this is a true lifestyle. So when you buy the product, you just don't buy the product, you buy into the product and into like the brand and the owner's lifestyle.
Okay, 100%.
So you're not just wearing a piece, you're actually wearing like a story. This is a story. This is a kid from Belgium who has a brand, who collabs with a major influencer, a major artist, a major designer from America, you know, and it has his own story. After these bags, there's not going to be other bags, you know. And
right, yeah.
And
so this limited edition right here.
Well, obviously, yeah. And that's it, you know. So
now, how many people have you turned into believers? You know, how many people have doubted you in your face and then came back to you like, man,
a lot.
You doing it.
A lot.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
What does that make you feel like on the inside?
It just makes me feel that I'm doing the right thing, you know. It makes me feel good, you know. But it just makes me understand that, okay, you're really, really doing the right thing, you know. So that's it, basically. Yeah.
I feel that now. That's one thing that people got to understand. Somebody can laugh at you one day, but because of your grind, they can look up to you the next day. So, you know, make sure that you stay focused on what you want, because it can't come true and be as big as you want. Now, you got this color purple, right? And the color purple for the brand was actually purple was actually the color of the year 2018 for Belgium as far as fashion goes.
So when I released the brand,
yeah,
but it wasn't because of that I chose it.
No,
I just chose it. That was like just a coincidence. I chose it because I just wanted to stand out. I wanted a color. I'm like, okay, it's very smart. Okay, like you could have a color and you could just like in 2-3 years, I don't have to use the color purple. But when I'm growing up, people will see the color and they'll or think it's Muso, or you know what I mean, the more the brand grows up, you know. So I just stick to the color. I got some pieces who don't have purple, you know, like,
oh really? Okay,
yeah, not all the pieces have purple, but yeah, that's the main color that I use. I like it. Yeah.
Now you got the Vice People of the Year article going around.
Yeah.
Now, how does it feel to be able to be considered a person of the year?
Well, it feels good, especially in Belgium, because I was like talked down so much. Like people didn't even believe in what I was doing. So when I got that, like people like, it's just another accomplishment, you know. It feels good. It feels good. Like now I have other accomplishments, but that really felt good. Definitely, yeah.
Now, when you speak on your accomplishments, what are some other things as far as accomplishments that people have recognized that you feel have been special to you? Like one of my recent accomplishments, you mean? I think this collab is an accomplishment. I think this is a real 360 collab with like pop-up stores, because we're doing a pop-up store in Paris and in Tokyo. You and Desto Dub, y'all taking it like that? Yeah, we're not going there, but we're gonna be there, but not physically. Like we're gonna have our own strain. Like strain of weed? Yeah. Oh really? Yeah. Okay, y'all in the cannabis game. Okay, now what is that like, and how do you even pick what you want? Like how do you put a weed together? Well, we just picked one of the best batches that were there. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's some game that I don't limited, obviously. Yeah. You know, but yeah. What else? Like we've done like 3D videos, crazy 3D. Yeah, I like videos. Those. Yeah, we had a whole billboard up on Hollywood. Yeah. Like we just decided like to do it serious from the start, like to really do it. We just finished the lookbook with Slick Woods and Two Tone. Shout out, it's gonna be released soon. We made these beautiful bags, and yeah, you know. So we really wanted we wanted that like to give a real experience to the people, to the public. You know? Now coming from where you come from, Europe, Belgium, you know, having a billboard in LA. That has to make you feel very accomplished, you know, especially. It made my mom proud. Really. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, it made my mom. So you was able to send her a picture. Yeah, she's seen it. Yeah, she's seen it. She's seen it all. But yeah, it's crazy. Like people back home, they're like, "What?" They don't believe it. Like, yeah. Honestly, yeah. But that's all a part of your journey. It's all part of it, you know. Yeah. And to be honest, until it's not done, you're excited, and when it's done, you're like, yeah, let's go to the next thing. Yeah, facts. You know what I mean? I forgot about that already. Yeah. Like I'm not like I'm super humble about it. I'm not saying that it wasn't a big accomplishment. Yes, it is, but now I'm on to the next, because the journey is long. It's not just one billboard. I'm trying to have like 100 billboards. Yeah, facts. You know? Yeah, facts. But that's just the start. You know what I'm saying? And you already here. So in about 5-6 years, you're gonna do something that just completely outweighs all the stuff, and even with the connections. Now, you have this thing about, you say, I have a disease. You say, I have a disease of success.
It is a disease, actually. I don't know if it's a disease or
well, that's what you call it.
I can't stop.
Yeah.
I can't stop. I don't sleep a lot. I don't even sleep a lot. I can't stop. Like, until I don't reach it, I can't stop. Like, I work always work. Like, my assistant's with me, like, every day we work, and it's a real lifestyle. Like, I love it. I love it. And until I don't reach my goals, and probably even when I reach my goals, I'll continue working, because, like, this is something that this society, like, when you work for your dreams, when you work for yourself, you don't feel like working.
Yeah, facts.
When you're building your dream, your empire, however you want to call it, it doesn't feel like work. You know, so it's actually a blessing for people to live through their own creation, you know, of products or music, or you know. So I'm aware of that, and yeah. So it's just being able, like, to grow every day, and to grow every day, you need to work a lot, basically, you know. Especially in a country like America, there's a lot of brands, there's a competition, everybody's releasing every day, so you got to be out there, you know.
And when you coming from home, going to a whole different place, whole different city, a whole different way of living, you know, that just takes a lot. And you gotta come out here ready to go. You can't come out here to play.
You're already you're already in a position where you're not from there. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because you got to go through things that Americans don't have to go through, because you know, because they from here, or you know. So, but another good thing is that you're bringing a product that is from overseas. You know what I mean?
People rock with it.
It's like you're like a very hard artist, and you go to Europe, you're gonna have a lot of shows. Here, if you're a firebrand from Europe and you come out here, you're gonna have success.
Right.
You know, but you need to make the right connections. You need to go out there. You need to bring out your product, because if you're not outspoken in America, if you're not like on some like aggressive marketing, not aggressive like, you know, but you just got to be out there, you know, just like in Belgium, box ready in front of the studio, in front of the club, ready to, like, you know what I mean? And that's it.
You just got to believe in yourself. Now,
yeah,
you got to walk me through this word, the big journey.
The big journey. Le grand voyage.
Le
grand voyage. Yeah, that's French for big journey.
Big journey. French for big journey. Now, what y'all are looking and listening to is this man's journey. You know what I'm saying? Something of fighting, people not believing. I'm making them believe, doing the things you got to do to be successful, coming from a whole different side of the world to over here. This is the journey, y'all. So what do you clap it up for when you're thinking about Le voyage?
Le grand
voyage. What do you clap it up for when you think about that?
Like, it's just the big journey. It's like, I haven't been home in a year.
Oh man.
And
do you get homesick?
Homesick?
Yeah.
Yes and no. Okay. Like, I'm in contact with my family. We always speak and everything. But what I realized when I was coming back and forth is like my brand success was like hyping up when I was here, and then when I used to go back to Europe, it was like falling, and people wasn't calling me anymore because my number wasn't American anymore, and like I used to lose the momentum. So I'm like,
that's why you just like,
I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay, and I'm gonna work until it blows up, and when it's gonna be big enough, I'll go back home.
Well, why do you think that it was losing momentum out there? Because you couldn't?
Because I was going back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going back and forth, and I couldn't do that. I had to like move to America, and that's what I done. And I'm happy I made that decision, because now today I can plan things. Oh, in 6 months we'll do this, and you know, but before coming back and forth, I couldn't. You know, now my year's already planned out. You know, like 2022 is already planned out. Like I know what I'm dropping, I know what I'm doing, the collabs, the collections, the products, I already know what I'm gonna do this year.
So that's all. Okay, so how many collabs would you say you got coming for 2022?
3 to 4.
Yeah, already said and done.
Yeah, 3 to 4.
That's
and like 4 to 5 collections.
Yeah. Okay. See, that's a beautiful thing. 4 to 5 collections.
Yeah, drops collections.
Yeah. No, that's good. Now, how excited are you to be able to put this stuff out next year?
I am, because certain products have never dropped ever. Like certain products are like products that don't exist. You know, that this is why I'm here. I'm here to create a difference. You know what I mean? I can't compete in a race where I don't bring something new. You know, and so all my collabs have like products that stand out. Like I think this bag stands out.
Yeah, facts.
You know, like
sure.
Desto's concept is cough syrup. So we created a bag that can hold a bottle or whatever, you know what I mean? And like my next collab will have like the same thing. Like I'm just gonna collab with people who have like strong concepts, you know, so I can bring my universe and my knowledge of fashion to it, you know. And that's it. My next collab is, I can't say who and what, but it's gonna be fire. It's gonna have a product that doesn't exist, and I hope it's gonna create a big awareness around it because it's gonna be fire.
Well, I can't wait to see that. Now, you don't like the word stylist. You're a designer.
Yeah, because a stylist styles people. I don't really style people. I create clothes that then get styled on people, or I've styled people sometimes, but it's not really my job. I create clothes. Like, I'll have an idea, I'll design it, like I'll create it and I'll manufacture it. Like, you know, it could be a shoe, a t-shirt, a bag, a hat. You know, it's very different from going to get the clothes and putting them, you know, I do that too. I do product placement, but product placement is not styling somebody. It's just like placing products. It is kind of, but you don't really dictate the style or how the person's gonna, you know, is gonna rock it, or, you know, so yeah, it's very different. It's two different jobs, definitely. Yeah, designer and stylist are not the same.
Yeah, see, I would not have known the difference. I would have thought they were the same. Now, as a creator, you speak on not being able to sleep. How often do you like be up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and you think about something that you want to design?
You know, the things is like, it's not that you have like yeah, you have ideas it's just you have ideas. I have ideas. Like, for example, the videos we done with Desto are just all ideas, you know, and like I just have ideas and I write them down, and I have ideas of clothes, I have ideas, you know, and they're just not clothing ideas. They're all type of ideas that I could have, and I try to write down everything, because when I don't write down, I'm gonna
forget. Yeah, and how many times have you forgot something? You like,
yeah. But the main ones, I write them down. Yeah. You know,
you gotta stop everything and write them down.
Yeah, I stop everything and I just write them down. Yeah. Like, for example, the lookbook we done yesterday is amazing.
Yeah, and how was that? Yeah.
It was amazing. Like working with Slick Woods and Two Tone was fire. And the pictures are crazy. Like, we edited them, like, for example, we took some pictures in front of the pool and we edited the pool purple. So the pool behind them is purple.
Oh, that's hard.
You know, it's crazy.
Hard. Yeah.
Yo, can you pass me my phone? I'll show them real quick. And that's it. That's it, basically. We're just working, and it's dropping. It's gonna drop like in 2 weeks.
Well, this is a big month for you.
It is.
You got the drop coming. Your birthday is also coming up. So it's a lot going on for you right now, man. And how old are you turning?
I'm turning 28.
28 years old. You're doing 21st. A lot more than a lot of people do in an entire lifetime. Yeah. Betting on yourself like that.
Thank you, bro. Look, this is it.
Yeah, that's hard. So y'all turned all the grass and all that purple.
Grass and where is this one?
Oh yeah, that's hard, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope as a mud.
So that's it, basically.
Yeah, so look, y'all. It's your boy J.Brock, Clapitup LA. I'm right here with Emanuel, Ricci, the owner of MUSOKUSO. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that collab with Desto Dub. Awful lot of MUSOKUSO. Y'all make sure y'all tap in so that you can qualify for a bag. Yes. They just giving these out like a raffle.
You just got to DM MUSOKUSO.
Yeah, just DM MUSOKUSO and it's on and cracking. Anything you want to leave them with?
No, I think I said everything. Yeah.
Okay, well, he said everything. We gonna drop this video, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Once again, J.Brock, Clapitup LA. We out.